This morning I want to take you down to a lower portion of the property and just talk about a really simple swale, how you could maybe implement this to some degree on your property, and just how easy it can be. Just want to walk you through what I'm doing here and how that's starting to evolve. So this is one of my swales on the lower portion of the property. It just rained really quickly, but a good amount. I don't have any water sitting in this swale or this contour ditch. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want to come out here every time it rains and see this ditch full of water. I want the plants to be the living cistern holding that water. I want all of these black currants to soak that water into the soil. And once they are satisfied and the ground is completely saturated, I want to bank that water in this ditch for when the rain has stopped, and then the plants can drink the water later on. It's an extension of the watering times. As I was saying before, I want to extend the amount of time that water stays in this ditch so that the plants and vegetation around here can have more water available to them. So I've been adding, I have some extra dirt from a digging project, and I've been just adding to this ditch. I come out here when it rains and the water was starting to overflow there, and this needed some water. It's really simple, really low tech. But here's the black currants. That's how they're doing. A little bit of bug pressure, but that's nothing that concerns me. If you want to learn more about when I put these in and how many I have here, where I got them from, I'll link another video down in the description where these came in the mail from my friend Tama, and you'll just see how and when I put those in. Another view of this ditch, and eventually I want mulch in here. I want very, very little evaporation. Right here, summertime, heat, that's vegetated, that's not going to evaporate as much. So a couple things I want to do: add mulch in the coming years when it's available. This is getting a little further away from the house, so I don't want to tend to this as much. It's also in a wooded kind of shady area. That's also why I picked black currants. I've been told they do well in the shade. But on the upside of this, I am starting to add to this. I want the walkway to be here. I want to build that up so that there's another opportunity for organic material to bank itself behind this wall. So really simple. I'm just piling the dirt up and allowing things to flow into the ditch and settle in there and break down over time. And then I want a miniature version of that in this walkway right here before I enter into the swale. So this is the start of it. I'll raise the ground level right here. And then also there's some other interesting things you can do with the swale. This is a deeper portion of the swale. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but it's from this point all the way back to that new dirt. That's all one level, and then it dips down more in here. Just give this section where it's getting drier, there's not as much vegetation. I want more water to settle in here, and then also where the water enters into this section. This is actually where it all started. I had a natural wash dip, and it was eroding, so I started building the soil up. So this will be a small little pocket pond, and it'll overflow into the swale. You can see that's fresh dirt. That's just where I stepped. It'll fill that ditch up, and then once it's full, that water will be level, and it'll back all the way out here. Water will continue to come down the hill, but that ditch will be satisfied, and then I want to cut that down and have the overflow go back into this ditch where the water has been going. So still the same thing. The water comes down through this ditch and runs really, really fast off and away from the property. which is not ideal, but we do get some flooding type rains here. So I'll keep that for now, but I want to take the opportunity to have some of that water come in here, not be destructive, feed the plants, grow food, grow vegetation and shade, and then have the same result as before. And if it's a success, I can keep compounding on that. I can do more of that. And that's it. The sun's kind of in my eyes this morning.